We're going to take a Carlos Santana song, Open Invitation, and we're going to look at the power chords and how to include a very cool pentatonic based riff like this in with the power chords. First of all, your end result should sound something like this. And you'll hear in the background there was actually another guitar playing something like this. That's a harmony. We will get to that later. So first of all, we're going to learn the power chords. Now we're starting with an open E5. Looks like that. Finger 1, 2nd fret. And we're strumming strings 6, 5 and 4. And then we want dead silence before we go to the G5. Now to get that silence, you'll notice it's a double action. The one is my palm, which is now moving in the background. That's going to dampen the strings. And the other half is going to be my fretting hand tapping at you, resting on the strings for the silence too. So we do a combination. And the guitar is dead quiet. We need that silence. Next chord up, G5, finger 1, fret number 3, pinky or 3rd finger, whichever you favor, into fret 5, and we're fretting strings 6, 5, 4 again and playing the top 3 strings. The same damping this time, but because the chord is completely fretted and there's no open strings, all we need to do here is relax the pressure. I still do the tapping thing in the corner because it helps secure it. Always good to rather overdo the silence than underdo it. And the following chord is the A5. So let's try those 3 chords together. 1, 2, 3, 4 and now we have that riff. Now, first of all, make sure your tab is printed in front of you. We're going to focus now on your fretting hand and we're going to take you through for it slowly but surely. Okay. You're going to start at fret number 5 on the 6th string, hammer on to fret 7, come down to fret 5, string 5, back to string 6, fret 7, pull off to fret 5, pull off to open, and then hammer on the 3. So slow motion, you're going to have this. And its speed. And just to show you left and right hand combination, we'll zoom out a bit there so you can see both. And you can see the movement over here, and you can also see when I'm picking and when I'm not. This will obviously reinforce the hammer-ons and pull-offs. Here we go. You can see the hand didn't remove, or didn't move, sorry, for the last phrase from the 7. That helps me get a nice smooth legato. Legato basically means the notes are flowing and nice and long, nice and fluent. Okay, now we're going to put that in the gap after the A5. So your combined effort is going to sound something like this now with the backtrack. Here's the first part. 4 click in. That's the first part. Now the second riff, if you look at it and compare it, there's a whole lot of numbers there. For the time being, those blue and red 14s and 16s and 15s you see in that tab row, ignore that for now. We're working with the deeper, lower pitched riff, which is going to sound like this. Little pinched harmonic always sounds cool. Okay, but you'll notice that the primary difference between the first half and the second half is that 0 is gone. Here's the first riff from the first part. There's the open onto the 3, and the second one, 0 is gone. And that sounds quite sweet. Okay, if you put them together now, we're going to have something like this. And now I'm also going to take away those harmony guitars we spoke about earlier. So you're going to hear that with the backtrack now something's missing. Check this out. harmony. If you're not sure what a harmony is when you got two guitars playing different parts in unison or together at the same time. So it's different notes and the two different notes harmonize together. So I'm going to play the backtrack now. I'm not going to play with it. And you're just going to hear in the background there's only one guitar on the backtrack. You can hear it here. Firstly, we'll power chord. And those notes are. And those are the red notes on your PDF file. It's simply going to be fret number 9, fret number 7, all on the 3rd string, fret number 6. So this is quite cool because this means we have to get nice accuracy. So the reason why I thought this might be a nice study, it gets you to help your hand move accurately. So we're going to do this. So it's a nice jump. If you look from head on, a bit more of a view this way now, you can actually see the hand jumping quite a lot. Nice fast jumps, and you also want vibrato. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the harmony track, and I'm going to play the red part, the backtrack's going to play the blue part, and you can hear how the two interact with each other for the first half. Here we go. Sounds quite cool. And then after that you still want to get the... So it's a very nice study this to try and get your hands moving while having a very strong, solid rhythm to practice with. Now bars 3 and 4 start with 9 again, goes to 12. 12 is where the double dot is. You can see at the top of the ear when my thumb's tapping, my double dot, that's fret number 12. And then after that you go all the way to 14 to do a very quick riff which is going to go, and that is to run in unison with, you can hear the octaves apart. So now with the backtrack we're going to get quite busy. We're going to be hopping from fret open and fret 2 all the way to fret 14, and we're going to do some pretty cool things, and I really hope you enjoy playing this along as well. I'm going to leave the blue harmony guitar part on, and I'm going to play all the red guitar parts. So you get a bit of an overview with the power chords and everything together. Here we go. Now, if you want to play the blue part, you're going to have the part that sounds like this. And that's going to play against the initial part you just learned. And this is going to harmonize with it. And that's going to sound something like this. And of course you got the same it runs for that. So what I want you to do is I want you to practice the power chords and the riffs. I first want you to go through this. Get that riff nice and smooth. No string noise, and don't forget the second riff. And I like putting those pinched harmonics in. For those that aren't sure what a pinched harmonic is, I'm going to try and get some now. I notice whenever I'm doing a video and I do a pinched harmonic demo, I always fluff it up. Okay, but what I'm doing over here is, first of all, I'm fretting fret number 3 at the top. Normal note, you can hear that. You can hear that high pitch. Wants to keep, sort of slip inside there. Told you I always fluff it when I'm demoing it. Now what's actually happening there is I'm picking my string really hard, and you can see also the tip of my pick, almost nothing is sticking out. Looking at about say 3 millimeters, 4 at max is sticking out, because if too much is sticking out like this, I'm going to hook my string and strange things are going to happen. So nice and tucked away, nice and hid away, pick like that, you can see it. Then I'm going to pick hard, so a lot of effort, a lot of strength over here, don't pick light. And as the pick leaves the string, my thumb touches the side of the string. You can actually see it there, and obviously because I haven't lifted, it kills the string. and then I want to lift it off. There we go. So it's a very quick, very smooth, very rapid movement. So it's going to be, and that's how your pentatonics work. If you're battling to get pentatonics and your technique is correct, maybe your strings are old. This guitar could do with new strings, for example, and it will work. Now, onto part B of this over here. This is a very, very cool song just to sit and jam on as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to change legs, get more focused over here, and we're going to play the E minor pentatonic scale because it sounds cool. Fret number 12. I'm sure you guys know the pentatonic. It's going to go fret numbers 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14 again, and then the last two, 12, 15, 12, 15. And I'm going to sit and jam along with the backtrack now. I mean, you're going to have some fun with it, but the trick over here now is we're first going to just play the scale, and then we're going to try some little gymnastics. I'll explain the gymnastics now. Let's first have some fun with the scale. Position 2. Position 1 and 2. And so on. Now, as a discipline over here, I'm going to try and go from my solo, and I'm going to get more into the other leg again so you can see the whole guitar, get a bit of an overview. And we're going to meet the riff. So I'm going to improv over here, and then play that when it comes to the part in the end. What this does, it disciplines me to restrict or shorten or control my solos so that I don't forget to leave important parts out. It keeps me more aware on my toes with the song. So let's try this. Okay, missed that. Got him. And it was quite tricky there. I fluffed the first one as you saw, and from here on you can see the jumps are quite nice and big, and maybe you can even steal a riff or two. Maybe there's a riff that I'm doing that you think is pretty cool, but watch the jumps. It's a nice one to help me focus. Where am I in the song? When does the riff come in? And to force me to end my riff clean so my improv makes sense. Here we go. And it didn't go too shabby. I'm going to also send across an audio track of the backtrack I used. The harmony guitars will be there in the background, nice and quiet, so you can jam along with them as well. If you've got any questions, you've got my WhatsApp details, you've got the PDF notes. Looking forward to hearing from you, and have an awesome week. Thank you. Cheers.